Greetings, Earthlings! Welcome to Reopening the X-Files, Marina and Nate's shallow walk through the TV phenomenon, The X-Files. I'm Nate, also known as the Ultimate Movie Geek, and once again, I'm joined by Powell.
Right.
Mrs. Movie Geek, what?
I just said you alright.
You alright?
Alright.
Alright. We are on day 4 and episode 4 of The X-Files season 1. This episode is Conduit. You got anything that you enjoy in this?
Yeah, it was one of the ones that stood out for me. This one, I remember this one, which is quite weird because you don't.
No, I don't really remember it. And to be honest, I sort of lose interest.
I thought this was a really good one because this is one where you saw somebody being abducted or, you know, not seeing the full thing, but the classic bright lights.
Yeah.
It's a family who's gone out camping, the mother's sleeping inside, the kids are outside in a tent, which I'm not sure you'd do, especially in somewhere like America, but anyway. She wakes up and the van's rocking, not for a good reason, and there's lights everywhere. She goes to open the door, which I still remember and I still think it looks good now.
Yeah.
She opens it and burns her hand, but her hand, as she moves it, where steam,
there's still smoke coming off, isn't there? Yeah.
It's really good. But then it lets it down. She puts another mitt on and opens it with both hands, which she won't do. But anyway, and it goes out. She goes outside. The little boy's there, and he's like, his sister's gone. He's shouting, she's gone.
Yeah.
And it kind of rolls from that. Mulder picks up on it.
He picks up on it from that, but it's pretty much the magazine that you mentioned last couple of episodes.
Yeah.
National Enquirer, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, and it transpires that the mother, she's on some sort of register for seeing and taking a photo of a UFO
when she was a kid.
She was a Girl Guide or whatever they're called in America. Yeah, and it shows you as well in this episode, Scully being that, not backhanded, but being in the office with the people who'd put her in the X-Files and sort of saying to her, why is he sending you to Iowa? And she's like, oh, I don't know, I'm not sure. And he's like, well, I'm going to say no and this, that. And she's like, well, let me talk to him. And you can see it's a bit of a turning point because he's questioning his capability and saying, do you not think this abduction with his own sister is...
Yeah, and she gets
taken over everything and he can't do his job now, and she stands up for him and says, no, I don't think that.
Well, I think, because a lot of things about Mulder is, I like the fact that his character is, that he's supposed to be this high-flying FBI agent who has sort of stalled his own career to chase these X-Files.
Yeah.
Where,
it's like he's the cream of the crop, isn't he? Yes. He went to Oxford and all the rest of it, and he's like, he's almost gone
Oxford,
down.
Cambridge.
Not yet. Oh, was it Cambridge?
I can't remember.
I thought it was Oxford. But he's almost, like you say, shelved himself and starting at the bottom type of thing for a lot of people. But yeah, it was interesting to see her in that situation, and then she goes on the case with Mulder.
But she questions him every step of the way as well, though. But even at one point she questions him and says, no, it's this, but then she second guesses herself and says, yeah, it's not really that much of an answer, is it?
Yeah.
So it's
it's a good episode, and obviously they're investigating where this lass has gone, and the little boy is, when they go and interview the mum and the kid, he's doing like binary code. And it's a bit like a nod to the Poltergeist, because he said it's coming from the TV with a white noise on. He sends it off somewhere, doesn't he? Fox Mulder sends it off
to get analysed, to see what it is.
They come out, they're asleep in their different hotel rooms in this little town in Iowa, and they get pulled out basically in the middle of the night going, where did you get this information from? It's classified and this, that and the other.
Satellite transmission.
Yeah, and it's like the NSA. And it turns out, obviously, when they start looking at it, that it's bits of coding and it's bits of things like it sounds like it's off the Voyager.
It does, yeah. That's what I thought it was.
Like bits of music and bits of sonnets
and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, the Quran, and so there's all kinds of information in there.
But
and they won't
segments.
really go into it, will they, with them? So you don't
No.
really know where it's come from, other than some sort of satellite.
Yeah. So Mulder's got it. He knows exactly what's happening pretty much straight away, because he suggests that it's almost like fragments of someone flicking over
channels.
between channels, and it's because he's seen the kid who's drawn this binary code switching channels.
Yeah.
So
listen to the code. And there's a point in it which is a bit I remember, and all the kids' drawings are on the floor, and they go back to the house. And they go and they look, like they go up the stairs to find the family.
Scully sees it, doesn't she?
Yeah, and then they look down and all this binary code is on the floor, and it's like a fort, almost an image of his missing sister.
Well, that comes up in Fanboy Facts later on.
Oh, yeah. There you go. I mean, this one does have a happy ending because she does return.
Yeah, she returns.
There's the underlying thing with as well that she's a bit of a bad girl by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Well, what they'd say is a bad girl.
Riding around in cars.
Yeah, she rides around in cars and she's always drunk and doing this, that, and
she's in the biker.
Sounds like a typical lass to me of a certain age. So they're quite negative towards the family, and like the local police force seem quite like they can't be asked looking into it.
Yeah.
And a boyfriend turns up dead. Or alleged boyfriend.
Well, there's like almost a love triangle going on, isn't there?
Yeah, between another lass, and it's kind of mixes it up, so it makes you think, oh, something just gone down, and he's killed her, and
he's killed her, or
happened.
she's killed them, and all that sort of thing.
And then all of a sudden in the woods, she rocks up, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She turns up, barely alive, but alive.
Barely alive, yeah.
And some of the little pointers, like we were talking about, is like it's good because like, oh, she's suffering from this is in the blood, and you find it with astronauts when they've been in space for so long. It's weightlessness.
It's sort of like Scully starts to, like you said, she sticks up for Mulder, but then she also kind of believes in what he's saying, because the fact is that she's come back and her body has evidence of being in 0G for a certain amount of time, so it's quite an interesting one.
Yeah. It's good. Again, you see the developing relationship between them two as well, because it's quite early on. I made a comment, and I said, not that she looks old, but she looks really young in this episode.
Yeah.
We're only on 3 at the moment,
episode 1,
season 3 we're on, and this is season 1.
Yes.
And it's like those 2, maybe 3 years between them were filming. She hadn't aged loads, because obviously she's still gorgeous and she's still young looking, but she's aged a lot. She looks really, really young in this, and you made the valid point that but she had a kid, didn't she, in between? Of course she did. She's not slept for years. That's what's done her.
She's not slept. The baby's been training her for 9 months.
But they both look quite different. I think.
I noticed Mulder's hair is a lot bouncier.
It's dead floppy in that.
It's bouncy, and then later on it just becomes sort of fluffy.
Yeah. Must have been the time.
Yeah.
Must have been the style.
Just hairspray, isn't it?
I wore dungarees in the 90s, so I can't talk.
Jesus.
New Kids on the Block t-shirt, hooded t-shirt. I think he even had some Scooby-Doo jeans as well.
Scooby-Doo jeans?
Yeah.
You know, I remember, me and my brother
had... Flintstones. Do you not remember printed jeans? You get jeans with a print on.
No.
Yeah.
We had denim jackets that we we had this, I can't remember what it was. It was like you add stuff to it and decorate the denim. It was weird.
Yeah, no, I didn't have
something
that.
from the 90s.
Right.
You could like bedazzle it or whatever.
Bedazzle? You didn't bedazzle your clothes.
Possibly.
Give over.
Yeah.
Your mum's weird. Fancy buying you a bedazzler?
But then letting your kids
bedazzle
decorate
the clothes.
Them. Yeah. It was odd. Odd time, the 90s.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. So, good episode?
Yeah, for me.
For you?
Yeah, I know you're not so keen.
I'm not.
I'll tell you what I don't like. I don't like the mother.
Why?
The voice in it. She's got one of them voices, you know, like Lois Lane out of the old Superman films.
Yeah.
And she looks
a bit... look like a smoker.
Yeah, it's that sort of... I don't know. I find that tone annoying. I know I can't talk because my dulcet mouth.
I bet I can get it nail on the head. Like the woman from... what's she called? She actually crops up in the X-Files later on, but she's in
Witches
of Eastwick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna say that.
Yeah,
one
and
if
she's
you saw
like
cherry
puking up the
seeds.
cherries, yeah. And
Yeah.
she's like,
Yeah. Her, exactly. She's
Yeah.
probably the epitome
She was
of
in
that.
Alien as well. I can't remember her name.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the epitome of that. It's that weird, croaky, weird, annoying voice.
Yeah.
But yeah, the mum's a bit like that, obviously. You won't wish
She was
her.
an Oscar winner.
Huh?
She was an Oscar winner.
Who?
Yeah.
Witches of Eastwick of her.
No way, on there.
What's she won an Oscar for?
What, do I have to look it up?
Yeah, what not
Hang
now?
on,
So the mum's won an Oscar with an annoying voice.
Carrie Snodgrass.
Do you know, I've actually heard of that name now, saying that.
Oh, she's dead now.
Oh,
died in 2004, 58.
Yeah, that's only young, isn't it?
I got it right. I got the right person.
I don't know. I think that she must have been like a one-off, some sort of acclaimed film. And
Hang on. Yeah, she was nominated for an Oscar, not won. Oscar winner.
Still pretty its biggest achievement, I suppose.
Yeah,
really, isn't that?
For Diary of a Mad Housewife in 1970.
Right.
Yeah, so I knew there was something.
Yeah, no, it's I enjoyed the episode. It was one of the early ones that I definitely remembered. Some of them you watch, I think they're quite unforgetful.
Forgettable?
No, I mean unforgetful. It's,
oh, right.
I don't even know if that's a word. I just made a word up.
Yeah, I think you have.
Totally unforgetful. Unforgetful. It's like that song, isn't it?
Unforgetful.
I'm just talking shite.
Oh my god.
No, there's some that I do remember really, really well, and that was one of them for me. So, yeah, not so much for you, but I did enjoy that one, I have to say.
Oh my god, unforgetful is a word.
Unforgetful.
Yeah.
See, you're taking the mick out of me.
Not forgetful.
My superior intelligence.
It just means not forgetful.
Of course it does. Unforgetful.
Oh.
See, every day's a school day with me, sunshine.
It is. I can't understand what you're saying. Anyway, should we get into everyone's favourite part of the show?
Your favourite part of the show?
Everyone's. All the listeners, all three of them.
All three. Yeah, should we do fanboy facts?
Fanboy facts. We need a little theme tune, don't we? Go on, sing it. Sing it away.
What did Noah do yesterday? He did Strictly Come Dancing, didn't he?
Da, 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 da. You're not going to sing for me now?
No.
Oh. This episode marks the first time that Mulder says the famous line, "I want to believe."
Oh, did he? Didn't miss that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, a fanboy fact I know, and I pointed it out when we watched it.
You did, and I have it written down here. Go on.
It's the first time they refer to it as a fringe event.
That's right.
Because that's when Scully and the guy who's put Scully in place to spy on him said he's become like obsessed with these fringe events.
Yeah.
And I was like,
oh, it's a link to the fringe.
Yeah.
The fringe? Or just fringe?
Just fringe.
Yeah.
Right, you crack on.
I'm an idiot. There you go, I pointed this out before. The huge portrait of Ruby that Kevin draws was originally done via a computer printout. Probably like what were they, dot matrix computers.
Yeah, you used to have to feed the bits of like the holes.
Dotted paper at the side.
Yeah, I used to work somewhere that you did that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow.
My first job, I think.
I was delivering newspapers. Anyway, however, it looked a little bit too perfect, so the art department member, Vivian Nishi, painstakingly wrote out all the ones and zeros by hand. This took her several days for a shot that lasted for a few seconds on screen. What does that remind you of? Stanley Kubrick making the
The Shining.
Type out all the...
Yeah, for the book, Yeah, but it works.
It does work, and it's a good shot.
Yeah.
That, like you say, for a couple of seconds on screen, it's something that you do remember.
Yeah, I did, yeah. No, that's good. Good on that lass. She made it memorable. She made it unforgettable for me.
Unforgettable? Unforgetful was the word.
Oh, is
you
it?
Forgot the word.
Oh, shit. I've been on lockdown too long.
Oh, haven't we all? Haven't we all? Except the neighbours who keep going out.
Oh no.
But they're idiots.
Knobheads.
Yeah. Mulder uses the gun for the first time. Not to shoot anybody, but to scare away wolves.
Yeah. Yeah, it was quite a creepy part, that. When I rewatched it again, I couldn't remember what was going to happen. I was like, oh my god, what's going to happen here?
So you forgot it.
I did again. It's my age.
Do you, Samantha Mulder's case file is X40253. That's just a fact. That's what it is.
I'll tell you what, I'd forgot
What
what
have you
Mulder
forgot?
did. Mulder is not religious in any way, shape or form, and that comes out so much throughout all the series.
Yeah, when they define his character to not actually believing in anything like God.
Yeah, he's agnostic or whatever. And then at the end of that episode,
aliens or nothing.
He is sat in a church holding a picture of Samantha, and it sort of the camera pulls away, zooms out, and he's sat there crying. It's like, well, why is he in a church?
Well, churches aren't just for religious, are they? They're for
places of solace, aren't they?
Self-reflection, aren't they, and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, but I find it a little bit double standardish.
But that's your knowledge of future Mulder, isn't it? That's of how his character evolves.
Mm.
This is only episode 4. You don't know if he's religious or not. They
It's
probably
in the
didn't
middle of
even know.
Sioux City, and there was like mountains and that. He could have drove up to one of the little mountains where she'd been abducted, had a little cry, saw a UFO, happy days. I don't know. I don't like it. You shouldn't go in. If you're not religious, don't go in a church. Unless you go to your friend's wedding or your mate's baby's christening.
Well, I got married in a church. I'm not really religious.
Yeah, I wanted a church wedding, but we're not Mulder and we're not hypocritical. Much.
I go up every time for the wine, though. Anyway, let's move on.
He does as well.
When Scully views the file pertaining to the disappearance of Mulder's sister, Samantha, her date of birth is listed as being January 22nd, 1964. Scully states that Samantha was 8 when she disappeared, but the date of her disappearance is stated in the show as being November 27th, 1973, which would make her
9.
Yeah, years old, not 8 as is stated throughout the entire series. So it just seems like it's a
blooper.
Yeah, someone can't add up like me.
Somebody forgot.
Yeah, someone. It wasn't Unforgetful.
Unforgotten.
What? I don't know what we're doing anymore.
I don't know. Move on swiftly.
Well, that's it. You already touched on the last one was. Chris Carter asserts that the episode is very important in that it's the first one where Scully realises that Mulder might not actually be the crackpot he appears to be. The scientific proof that she reads at the end of the episode concludes that Ruby has returned, has spent a degree of time in a state of weightlessness, which I think is great because it lends itself to. We know from the second episode that it is all true.
Yeah.
There is aliens.
The thing is, she wouldn't, Scully this is, she wouldn't have stayed working with him that long. I know this is only the first series, but like over all them years, if she genuinely thought he was absolutely off his tits, I mean on some of the stuff he is, and he's quite funny.
Yeah.
But like, she must know that there's so much stuff that's true.
Yeah.
Because it'd ground you down. If you just thought you were working with an absolute... Imagine working with Giorgio Tsoukalou out of Ancient Aliens.
That would be so amazing.
He's off his head, isn't he? He's brilliant, like. But like, can you imagine working with him day in, day out and having to fly off here, there and everywhere with him, days on end? You'd lose.
You see that rock up there? Aliens.
Yeah, I'm not saying aliens do, but aliens do. It would get you down, wouldn't it? So there is part of her. She knows that he's onto something.
Yeah, but I think that's where the Monster of the Week episodes come in handy because they're the ones that they solve. They're the ones that.
I love Monster of the Week.
Yes, so that's what I mean. The next one, Jersey Devil, is probably one of the best.
Jersey Devil's another one. Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. They have these episodes that whereas the conspiracy ones always are mostly ending.
You don't know what's going on, yeah.
He gets stuff done, and I think that comes up later in the series where they say that they have a good rate of closing cases.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
They both work together perfectly well.
Yeah.
And that's why she stays. And obviously she fancies him.
Yeah, she does.
There
Can't
you go.
tell really until the third series, but she does.
No, yeah, she's yeah, she shows herself there, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And he fancies her.
Yeah, of course.
Because let's
Yeah.
say he wouldn't.
No, she's quite tasty. Like.
Right, I think that'll do for Conduit. Shall we call it a day? Okay, well, you can follow me at Movie Ultimate on Twitter, at Ultimate Movie Geek on Facebook, and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Ultimate Movie Geek. Find me there, subscribe, and let us know what you think. These will be going up there as videos as well. And next week, I've only just briefly mentioned this to you, we may be doing these as videos as well.
Awesome.
So
our
ugly mugs will be on the screen. You can watch us.
I should brush my hair, get out my dressing gown.
We haven't been dressed for weeks.
Yeah, we
It's
are.
ridiculous. Anyway, we will see you tomorrow for Jersey Devil, and then we'll have the weekend off. So we'll be doing this every weekdays.
Cool.
Monday to Friday. All right. See you tomorrow.
I made this.